Hello. I was just thinking of the situation that we find ourselves in Ireland, and I was looking at like the fertility rates and the expected fertility rate in order to replace or replenish your people. Ireland's has obviously fallen below the replacement fertility rate. So, and at the same time, we're seeing increased numbers of foreign people coming here whose fertility rate is much greater than Irish people's. So you're going to see native Irish people, just Irish people, the numbers dwindle, and foreign people, their numbers are just going to grow exponentially in Ireland to the point where they totally outnumber Irish people if things don't change. Okay, so there's many people in Ireland trying to point this out to other people. That's just one factor of it, but they're trying to point this issue out to other people. And these people, they're not interested. They want to deny it because they want the easy or comfortable life that they have to continue on. They don't want to be forced to fight for anything or stand up for anything because there's all sorts of fears and there's all sorts of detrimental things that come along with that. Many have accepted that, others will never accept that. So, and look, here's the caveat. Can I tell you what's going to happen in the future? No, I can't. I can give you some educated guesses on what will happen. I can point you to different countries where certain things that are happening here are 20 years forward in the future. They're more advanced, they're further on down the road than we are. And I can show you the issues that those countries are having and those people are having. You can then decide whether you believe that that's ever going to happen here. Because Irish people tend to have that. We're such a good-natured people and an easygoing people, and we create such lovely, relaxed environments, situations, and societies and a culture that we have been duped into believing that horrible things will never happen here because it's Ireland. Yeah, horrible things tend not to happen here when it's predominantly Irish people in the country. But that's no longer the case. So that got me to thinking of this. If you're not willing to look at the potential risks that people are pointing out to you, people might be trying to say to you, this is going to happen. And it's easy to go, nah, you don't know that. And you're right. Because we don't know something until it's after happening. So all people are tending to do, and all I'm trying to do is show people, look, these things have happened in other countries. We're not immune from that. So why not look at the risks and evaluate what decisions you want to make based on those potential risks? Okay? So the people that don't want to look at those risks and don't want to think about things too much, if the negative outcomes that we're seeing from what's happening come down the line, or they're already happening, but if they increase in number, coinciding with the exponential growth of the people coming here from different ways of living and different worldviews, different moralities, different histories, different hopes and visions for the future, right? So if you're not willing to look at those risks, if they do manifest, you better hope that you're well able to look after yourself and your family. And the interesting thing about that is a lot of the people who bury their heads in the sand, they just so happen to be the most ill-equipped people for confrontation that you will ever meet. Certainly that I know. Luckily, the people that I have in my life, and it's not just down to this view, but I suppose it just happened to be that way, and it happened to be because of the way I am. The people that I have in my life are well able to look after themselves. They might not be interested in this stuff, but they see it. They don't want to spend their time talking about it, but they feel it. And they're well able to look after themselves. You know, there's no one coming in their front door because these people aren't fools. They're ready, they're courageous, and they have a willingness to die if needs be for things that they love. That's a dangerous combination. And these are the people that I have around me, right? I hope you do too. But then, back to the people who have no interest in it, number one. And number two, they're physically ill-equipped to look after themselves. They will give up everything, daughters and wives included, for their own safety. And look, and the horrible thing about it is we're subjected to their weakness. Or even subjugated to their weakness in a way. Because we're bound to their decisions, as they are ours. Okay? But our decisions or the actions we would take would create a safer environment where these terrible things don't happen in Ireland, right? I'm assuming, okay? But, yeah. So there's a correlation there between intellectual cowardice and physical cowardice. Unwillingness to look at the potential risks and dangers coming down the line just so happen to coincide with physical cowardice. Men who avoid confrontation at all times, however big or small. And men who will hand over their family members to spare themselves a bit of pain. So, you better get yourself prepared physically. Or everyone, okay? And if these things never manifest and never happen, and we all come by together, then okay, at least you're prepared. But if they do manifest, and they do come to fruition on a greater scale than they are now, you're in big trouble. And you know it. And it'll be people like me. It'll be people that you kind of turned the shoulder at and said, look, it'll be those kinds of people that you'll be looking for protection from. And we all have in really the moral dilemma, I suppose, because it's coming down the road. We'll all have to answer this question if many haven't answered it already. And the question is this: do you go and help these people? Your human nature might kick in and nearly motivate you to go and help them. But is it worth putting your life and the people you care about, their lives, is it worth putting your lives at risk for the sake of someone who showed no interest in protecting their own? These are questions that need to be answered.